The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time situation seems to be getting crazier and crazier by the day. We know so much information about this game, but more importantly, it seems like, oh boy, Nintendo is changing up everything because of these leaks and how accurate they have been getting over the past. If you haven't noticed, Nintendo Directs don't happen quite as often as they usually do. This seems to be a plan executed by Nintendo to try to persuade leaks, rumors, information, and all of that stuff from getting out early. So in this video, we'll be discussing the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Nintendo's new sort of plan. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so if you haven't noticed, Nintendo has been getting absolutely pissed by the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time leaks, Star Fox getting leaked, which it seems like it's been accurate. And recently, Kate and Krista just did a podcast about everything, and it seems more in depth on what we could definitely see in the future. If you don't know, Kate and Krista are actually former Nintendo employees. They were doing Nintendo Minute. Those are honestly so entertaining. So now, Ocarina of Time seems like it's probably going to be coming out. So if you had any doubts that this is not going to happen whatsoever, Nate the Hate, he just got a few lucky guesses. It seems like it's going to be happening around the Christmas time. Miyamoto, as we've seen in the past from press and from also different reviews and people that work inside the company, he is absolutely furious about these leaks. This has happened back in the day where Miyamoto was actually pretty furious about recent leaks, or leaked about the entire Nintendo Direct a couple days before that originally came out. If you don't remember, there was some really good accurate leaks that if you looked online before Nintendo Direct, chances are half the Direct was spoiled for you. And then it led to Nintendo sort of changing how they deliver information in that regard. Before, they would put little pages on the eShop and like pre-order pages and whatever. Now they do that the second of the Direct, so when it gets announced on the Direct, they release it at that point. So there's no more of that leak. And now, if you look at it, you probably noticed it, but Nintendo Directs, they don't happen too often anymore, don't they? They really don't happen anymore, and Nintendo doesn't really give off the information that a Direct is going to happen. I hope it doesn't go in that direction. If we are getting rid of like sort of Directs from happening very often, instead we getting more miniature Directs, but they're not completely getting rid of Directs, but instead they're just gonna drop them just randomly. They're gonna drop them like the Star Fox Direct. That would definitely be really weird, because you know, then you gotta get ready, you gotta prepare to record the thing, or you gotta prepare to like whatever. But if you just drop it, chances are there's no really live reaction, there's no anything anymore, and that's a little bit disappointed. I mean, sometimes you just gotta go and re-record the thing. If it's premiering and you just end up late, you miss the whole Direct, you go on Twitter and then you see, someone leaked the entire Direct, or not really leaked at this point, just said the entire Direct. So then there's not really a point of going to watch it. Honestly, I think that Nintendo's probably not going to go that far. A main Nintendo Direct, a general Direct, is probably a very like cultural thing inside of Nintendo, but this still is something that you look at and you're like, okay, so what could Ocarina of Time actually be? Now, I honestly believe that if we are getting a Direct, which it seems we are going to be getting a Nintendo Direct in June, they might not reveal Ocarina of Time. They'll probably reveal that in September, unless they definitely could reveal it then, so then the leaks stop in some waves, if that makes any sense. And, you know, this is exactly what Nintendo was maybe planning to do all along. Now, moving forward, we are going to be getting like smaller Directs to go along with it. Because if you haven't noticed, there's been a lot of talks recently about getting a Nintendo Partner Showcase at the end of the month, so the end of May. Now, this doesn't mean that we're not going to be seeing a General, because the General seems to be going on in June. And we've already seen this before. If you take a look at last year, if you take a look at like summer or July, and then we had I believe, another general or another showcase or something in September. They do it pretty close. They have also done 2 general directs really close to each other, like 2025, I believe it was April and May, or April and March. Those were the 2 times that they gave it really close. So I wouldn't be scared that Nintendo is just going to completely blow everything off because of the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. But if we take a look at that game is definitely looking really interesting. There's been so many leaks that this game is going to be like a full ground up remake, and it seems like Nintendo getting really upset over that. They don't want that to happen, don't want that to be unveiled, and it definitely could lead into other games, like other games getting remakes, because if you haven't noticed, these are N64 games, so potentially the N64 is going to be making a return. I may actually make a video on that. That would be definitely really interesting. But overall, Ocarina of Time is happening. It seems like it's pretty much been confirmed at this point. Kate and Krista believe it's happening. Nate the Hate completely right about pretty much everything else, and Nintendo is actually getting really upset, mostly Miyamoto, because he likes to get upset. He likes things to be very surprised, like a big surprise. See the shock and spiral across the internet for all of this. That's probably the reason that you just randomly got a Star Fox Direct, because everyone at that point knew, yeah, Star Fox, it's going to be happening. Yes, it's going to be happening. It's going to be announced in a direct. It's going to be announced just randomly. Well, yeah, you're getting announced randomly on a random Wednesday afternoon. That was the perfect way to reveal that game. It really was. It was a great way to reveal Star Fox, because you never really got to prepare for it. You click live, half your stream is messed up, or even you have to go back and record the thing, because once it's live or premiering, it's very interesting to go and record the thing, because sometimes it lags and it glitches and it loads and then it spits you right back to the start of the video, or maybe even the end of the video where it's live. Overall, it's a whole mess. If you're not watching it live, chances are you're not recording that direct. It's not gonna happen. You are going to watch it and then go back and record it. So your computer's kind of useless for the next 40 minutes. That's what I don't like about that. I want to have my time that's just 9 o'clock. Get up early in the morning, watch directs, watch Ocarina of Time get unveiling. Definitely really cool. Definitely really interesting. But anyways, I'm really excited for The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This game seems to be like it's going to be a 4K actual game, something that looks similar to this, Unreal Engine potentially, because, what was it? One game was built off of Unreal Engine Nintendo. I believe it could have been Yoshi that was an Unreal Engine game or something. But yeah, it's going to be an Unreal Engine game as it seems. It's also going to have a lot of unique textures and visuals and like gameplay effects, like kind of like the original, but more like in the remaster. If you look actually at the remaster of Wind Waker to the original, something similar, but much more detailed, if that makes any sense. Anyways, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that Nintendo is going berserk over no reason, or you think they got it? Yeah, they got it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed. I've been really looking at your comments over the Xenoblade. That has been one of the options. I was going to try out new Xenoblade games, or try out like Metroidvania maybe, Luigi's Mansion. Already played them all. Just want the HD version. Already played on the 3DS. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Let me know a video idea that you would love to see, and see you in the next one.